Hi, my name's Simon, GM8NYV. This is me continuing on with the CR100 renovation. So far I've taken out the tag strips with all the resistors on for the RF and IF, two small tag strips. I've removed the plastic band and cleaned it up. Still remains a lot of, with this torch on, quite a bright torch actually. Still remains a lot of capacitors to remove, which I will get out once I've removed the components at the top. It makes it easy to get to these nuts. All these old cables will need to be removed. I made some drawings of a couple of the components that are on the valves here. Also here, this is about 10 and 8, and these are the components between them. There's the BFO and the detector. Now these components will be removed. There is a drawing of where those locations are, but it's not the greatest of drawings. Basically, that's the drawing there. That does show some of the components around the valves. It doesn't exactly say where they're pinned, just the rough locations. So I shall draw a better drawing, so I know where they go, and along with all my other drawings. Now I'm going to remove these transformers. I'm pretty concerned about some of the cabling on these transformers. It's all starting to perish, especially the mains transformer there. So I'm going to try and remove this. I've removed most of the cables. I've unsoldered them. They're quite well soldered on. This is the off to the rectifier. I've removed that one. That bit of the capacitor. That one goes to the fuse on the front. All quite corroded. It's been joined there, but even the joint is starting to corrode. So I shall one more wire to remove on solder, and I shall try and take it out. This one here went to on the top side. There's a selection plug, rather using DC or AC pieces, and that was an earth tag there. The agilitic smoothing capacitors here as well. I'll probably have to remove that eventually. So I'm going to see this, get this transformer out. A bit awkward with these nuts here, so I need to get that last. You can see that there. See if we can get that last piece of cable out there. Pop the torch up. A fair bit of heat on this cable. Not so much on this one. So this is my last cable or connection to the rectifier from the transformer. So I think the transformer is now free. I have a list of where all these cables go. Right, see if I can get that transformer out. Maybe with this. It's an 8mm spanner fit, although it's quite a tight fit. Yeah, it'll come out. That's going now. These go all the way through. Let's see, once it's loose, should be better. Right, I'll pause the video while I remove these things. Before I pause the video, I'll show you the top side of it. Let's move the torch. Right, the top. Alright, as you can see, about the patterns over here. The transformers, a couple of bolts on the top side here. Around the back we have the audio output transformer and two filters here. There's two different models on here. Down here you've got loudspeaker and line, which is on Mark 7, and one of the other ones it's actually marked on the drawings. But Mark 4, 5, 7 and 8 have this type of output, and they go to this transformer here. So that's what I'll just pause the video and remove the nuts for this. Well, so far, you get some light on there. Move the camera a little bit closer. Now, these nuts are very tight, but I managed to get them loose. Now all the cables are off. It's a matter of pulling it out, I think. These two should come off quite easily. That's one. There isn't a washer behind it. Thought there'd be a washer there. Okay. Go squash in there. Keep it in. Just a lot of cable on it. Right. So there it is. Down there. Transformer. Yeah, basically the insulation is over enamel wire by the looks of things. I'll have a closer inspection later. This looks like it's been joined a few times. In it. This has gone brittle. It's sheathing. At the top of the transformer it has the voltage selector, 240, 250, 220, 230 and 200. So that was the common. Here's one of the bolts and the other bolt. This we should be able to have a quick peek under there. May not disturb that too much. Yes, it's got the packing in. Oops. Okay. Let's take that for now. And that piece. What I need to do is try and remove the top, these screws, and unsolder the wires and have a look at the insulation on there. I have a feeling that'll probably be okay. There's that insulation there. The lamination's starting to flake a little here. Right, that's the main transformer off. Put these in to hold it together, and I can have a closer look at this. And that one. And that. Right, that's it. Right, now then, leave that there. Really, it's two packing pieces I need to clean up. Keep them safe. That can be there. Right. The audio transformer was a lot lighter now with that transformer weight. That's a lot lighter now. Let's turn this around a bit. Now this is the audio transformer, and the cables are pretty worn there. I loosened these earlier, so they were quite tight. They're still quite tight. But they are self-tappers. So then this should come off here. These cables are disconnected, by the way, and that's the transformer. 1, 2, 3, and that last one there, just nip it off. So there's the water transformer, and a small piece of packing goes under it. Also, these filters are absolutely covered in dust. The capacitor on the top. The cables are all rubberized insulation. That's all flaked away as well. Right, so this. Cables are already cut. Okay. Well, these are the two audio transformers. One audio transformer, two audio filters. They look quite good. Need to clean up. It's like a cloth insulation there. These are obviously rubber and need to be replaced. We've got a capacitor in there. A couple of capacitors. And I'll give that a good clean up. These little capacitors here. Impression type. So they can give that a nice clean up. I think that'll be okay. This still got the lacquer all over it. Again, these were cloth insulators and they look okay. The actual internal of it. But the external side is this cracked rubber insulation here. So that is the two transformers. I think they'll probably clean up quite nicely. These I'll have a closer look, but I think I can get away with removing the old insulation. It looks like it's confused. It looks like it's enamel wire, so it's actual winding itself. So if I can carefully remove this, that's going to remove itself. So this is just crumbling away. And that's the one on this cable here. It's one of the outputs actually. Again, in my notes, I drew out the transformer and its connections. I know what that is. And I think I shall replace this rubber cable, some rubber cable on it. Just over the enamel, but the enamel looks okay. So it's just a matter of giving it a good clean up. And do something where they actually go in. Maybe try and reinforce the entrances there. Right, transformers removed. I think they've cleaned up quite nicely, not too bad. I can replace the insulation quite easily. The enamel wire, the enamel copper wire, the original, that looks a bit thin. Some of it's cloth covered, but I'll replace the insulation as far back as I can into the transformer. I'll give it a mega test. The other transformers, audio transformer looks okay, and just needs to clean up. So hopefully these will clean up quite nicely. A difference in weight, taking those transformers off this. It's still heavy, but it's not so bad. Right, the next thing, at least I can get in here now. Still on this side, we have a few things to do. Just turn over. Right. As you can see here, clean up these valves now. I think I can get the rest of some of these capacitors out now. Those transformers the transformers are gone, and get some out, and I'll get these out once I get in there. Make a note of these components that are on here and check them against the drawing. Make a small drawing of where they go. I noticed one of these, this one here, pin 6, is not used. It's the one on the detector. It's not used, and I'm just using it as an anchor point for a couple of the capacitor joints and resistor joints. So it's actually not used in the valve, but the tag itself is being used as a anchor point. So whether I go ahead, just clean up the inside of this now, I think. Have this completely void of the old cables. The transformers out, makes it a lot lighter. And then on the top, what I plan to do next, I'll start to remove, I've taken the valves out by the way. They're just empty shells at the moment. I'll show you the valves, what I did with them. I need to test the valves. Now, it'd be nice to have a valve tester, which I don't have. What I shall do, what I thought of, is build a valve tester just for those valves. Make a little test rig, monitor the current, and test the specifications of the valves that came out of here. I have spare valves that may do, if necessary. I'm not sure on the condition, but I'm sure I can source other ones. So next, after that, I think I shall start removing the IF transformers and give them a clean up and slowly strip down. Eventually I'll just end up with the variable capacitor on it and the mechanism here. Now, I read a lot about people who've done these before, and they suggest do not take the gear train apart. Seems quite, just to clean up the grease, but I think by taking it apart it would run into a big headache trying to put it all back together. The cable drum, looking on the front here, and the WAN change. I've seen some of these really nicely printed up with the new printer, just paper. Now to get that out, I have to remove all the pulley wheels, the pulley cord over the wheels. Same for this one here, removing the pointer, and also to get this off. So there's no two ways about it. I'll have to take off all the old pulley, I'll get some new cord, study how it all goes together. I remember doing these years ago on old valve radios, the old dials, even on some of the newer transistor radios that had a moving pointer, and so I remember the joys of trying to rethread these, but I managed in the end, so I've got a little experience of it going back a few years, so I think I'll have a go at that as well. So when I get the main capacitor off to clean up, I shall remove the drum, remove this, probably reprint this. That I'm not sure about. Hopefully it'll clean up quite nicely, the vernier and the disc behind it. Right, so that's it for now. Next time, click like please, and subscribe if you want, although it doesn't really matter. Right, bye bye, and thank you for watching.